Hey, cousin, it's your favorite cousin Ken Ken here at the Lighthouse Women's Wellness Center. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about how to manage frustration during your spiritual ascension. This is going to be very important, and I know that a lot of you are growing inside, and it's challenging. It is very, very challenging because there's not a lot of people that you can talk to on certain points of the path. You kind of get left by yourself, and I know that that's how spirit works. You feel like you're alone, you feel like nobody understands you, but I'm telling you, there are people that are on the same path that you're on. They may be in different places in the world. You may not have connected with your tribe yet, but you will. You will connect with people who are similar to you. And if you're listening to me, then this is proof that there are people that are on the spiritual journey. We are healing. We are more than putting ourselves first. We have this inner calling that we cannot say no to, and that's spirit. Spirit is calling us forward to not only heal ourselves, but to listen to that guidance and to connect to that guidance from spirit that is coming from within, because it is very critical at this time. It is so important for us to learn how to connect to spirit. There is absolutely nothing more important right now than this. I'm telling you the truth. And you know I'm your favorite cousin Ken Ken. I ain't gonna lie to you, okay? We are already entering the beginning of the birth pains. Like the Bible talks about the beginning of the birth pains. We are there. All right. We are there. And if you've ever had a child before, you know how it is when you first go into labor. It's like it's on, okay? Ain't no turning back. And that is where we are. There is no turning back. The old world that used to be, that world no longer exists. And we are such a fortunate generation because we will know what it's like to have lived before this time. And we will also see what it's like to see the changes in the world after everything has taken place. So, the first thing I want to do is just relax your mind just a little bit and let you know that there is nothing to fear. There is nothing to worry about. Everything has already been written. Everything is going exactly as it should. And no matter what you see and no matter what is going on, I've been telling y'all this ever since I came back. Don't worry. Don't worry, because worry is not going to help you. Worrying and stressing, even the Bible teaches us that, right? It doesn't matter if you worry. You can worry all day long. You can be in fear all day long. It's not going to help you. The only thing that it's going to do is make you feel worse, and it's going to cloud your mind, and it's going to cloud your judgment. So we have to mature spiritually, and this is what Spirit is calling us to do, to disconnect from life, to disconnect from work, to disconnect from all of our things and everything that we want to do, so we can lock in and really get that guidance from spirit so that we can learn how to live as spirits in these bodies, because that's what we are and that is who we are. We have these bodies, we possess these bodies, but we are not the body. We are not the experiences. We are the soul. We are the spirit. We are the innermost part of the being that we are, okay? And the word being is coming up because we have to learn how to be human beings. This is what I always say, cousin. It's funny. But one day Spirit was talking to me, right? And I was sitting there in meditation. You know how when you're in meditation, you get these different messages. And I was getting this message about being a human being. I'm not a human doing, I'm a human being. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, so I'm mixed. Okay. Because all this time I thought I was just black. Okay, I'm mixed. So I'm not just a human, I'm also a spirit. And you hear this all the time. We hear this on a spiritual path that, we're here having this human experience, we're spirits having a human experience, that cliche or whatever. But when you finally realize that, you have the enlightenment. It's one thing to know something. It's like reading a book, right? I can read a book and just read. But if I don't comprehend what I'm reading, then it doesn't matter. And it's the same thing like on your spiritual path. You'll hear people say things and you'll remember certain things, which is what so-called spiritual people are doing. They remember certain things. They can read it, they can regurgitate it, but they don't have the enlightenment, because only spirit can give us that enlightenment that gives us that aha moment, like you hear people talking about. Spirit literally has to give you the eyes to see, the ears to hear, and not just the physical eyes, but you have to see it and understand it from a deeper aspect for you to get it. And I know that on the spiritual path, we hear these cliches, we hear what people say all the time, but it's different when you have that one-on-one experience with spirit for yourself, going out into nature, going on walks, spending time meditating. When you're being guided to spend time alone, that is spirit calling you out of the world and calling you to be quiet so that you can hear and you can have those ears to hear and so that you can see things from a higher perspective. But a lot of people are busy. Most people have things to do. They really don't have the time to disconnect from life, or they feel like they can't disconnect from life. So they have to continue doing things the way that they're doing them. But once you learn how to disconnect and you throw everything away and you are like, I'm done, I give it all away, then you'll start to get enlightenment. And then you'll start to get that awareness, that deeper awareness that I'm talking about. I can tell you things, you can read a book, other people could tell you things or whatever. But if you don't get that one-on-one connection to spirit from within, you're not going to comprehend it. You're not going to understand it. So like I was saying, I heard that many times. I'm a spirit and I'm just having a human experience. I'm not the body, I'm the spirit. I'm not the body, I'm the soul. I heard that, but I didn't understand that. And it wasn't until I took that 3 years away from working and connecting with family and living life like normal people do, so called normal people, when I disconnected from living life as normal and I started to go within, then I started to hear things very clearly. I started to understand things very quickly. And I am recognizing now that that is how the spirit works. That is the spirit, the aspect of me and you that is connected to our creator. It is very fast, not really, like your body is moving fast, but you pick up things very quick. So those aha moments, it doesn't take you 10 years to figure things out or 100 lessons to figure things out. When you're spiritually connected and you're spending that time going within and you're locked in with spirit 101, whenever the message comes up, you get it real fast. You get it real quick. You start to have this discernment that you never had before, because on the spiritual path, we've made a lot of so-called mistakes, which are not mistakes, we're all learning, but we've done all these things in our past that we would never do now because we just didn't have the discernment. We didn't have the connection. We didn't have the awareness. But once you get connected to spirit, oh baby, you have the discernment. All right. It's turned up to 100,000. It's like you don't miss a beat. You pick up every single thing. And this is the reason why I have concluded that we're not supposed to continue to live on that low frequency like everybody else. And let me just say this too. There is no wrong, okay? So no matter where you are on the path, no matter what you're doing, you already know there's no judgment over here because I've been on every end of the spectrum. There is no judgment. So if you still smoking, drinking, partying, kicking, whatever you doing, trust me, there is no wrong. When spirit get ready to get you together, you together. And that's it. You can run, but you can't hide. And when it's your time, you will not have the desire to do anything other than what spirit is guiding you to do, even if it makes no sense, even if you're doing it by yourself, whatever it is. When spirit calls you, you're called, and that's it. It's your time. All right. So that's why I say there's no wrong and there's no judgment. So do whatever it is that you are doing. Wherever you're at is where you're supposed to be. Everything that you're going through, it's supposed to happen for you and not to you, but it's happening for you in order for you to have these experiences. And I will be the first one to tell you that it is not all glitter. It is not all glamorous. It is very, very dark sometimes. And sometimes you get frustrated to the point to where you feel like you want to go back. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what's happening. You have these feelings that are going to come up, but you keep going because spirit is going to propel you from within. So you're going to keep going, but you don't have a clue where you're going. You just know that you're going somewhere. And this is what I always say. You're on a need to know basis with spirit, okay? In the beginning, especially if you have done divination, like I come from doing divination and things like that, you know just about everything, okay? You know everything. And you go from having these connections with certain guides on the other side that will give you information about everything that you want to know. And then you'll go from that to not knowing anything at all, because once you release those connections, then spirit comes in, okay? It's coming in, okay? Because it's a process, but you go from knowing everything to absolutely knowing nothing. You don't know anything anymore. And that right there is frustrating because you're so used to being able to get answers. You're so used to knowing the next thing and everything that's going on. But spirit does that for our development, because we are not supposed to know everything. We only know what we need to know. And when it comes to your discernment and things like that, you'll need to know what you need to know to keep you protected. But when it comes to your path, your purpose, your journey, you will not know certain things about where you're going and what you're doing until you get to a certain level. So, for instance, I'll take myself for example. I have been guided to create the Spiritual Wellness Center here at the Lighthouse Women's Wellness Center. I did not know that when I moved to Atlanta. When I moved to Atlanta, the only thing I knew was that I wanted to open a store. And at the time, I was still reading tarot. So I thought, this is me, okay? My thought was that I was going to move here and I was going to open up my store, and it was going to be more of a metaphysical store. So I was going to sell crystals, sage, all the things that I was using at the time, Florida water, floor washes. I mean, everything you can think of when it comes to metaphysical, baby, I had it, I done it and burned it and all of it. Okay. So I was going to open up a store, make my own cards, and do all these other things. That's what I thought. I was going to help people in that way. But I did not know that the lighthouse, which was the Lighthouse ATL, a lot of you know when I first came back, it was the Lighthouse ATL. It changed as I changed. So the vision that was given to me, it changed as I continued to grow. So it started off as the Lighthouse ATL, and many of you know the website I just thought was so dope at the time. I just thought that website was fire, cousin. It had graffiti lighthouses, it had this, it had that, it had all this other, I mean, all this stuff that fit me at that time. And as I continue to grow and heal, you know what I tell you, every moon cycle is an opportunity to heal. So get ready, put on your seatbelt, because you're going to go up and down like a roller coaster, but you're going to heal. Every single moon cycle, you're going to get the opportunity to heal. So I've been going through that for so long. But the more I heal, the more I cleanse, the more I release, the more I continue to grow, the more enlightenment I get, the more I evolve spiritually, then I get more and more guidance about what I'm here to do and what it is that the lighthouse really is. So the Lighthouse ATL started off as being a metaphysical store, but now it's the Lighthouse Women's Wellness Center, which is not what I thought it was going to be. So spirit is like that, okay? It's just like that. Like you think you know, but you really don't know. Because the truth is, if spirit told you everything about your path, you wouldn't do the things that you need to do. And some of those things you could say, oh man, that's bad, I shouldn't have did that. But you do need to do it, and you do need to have those experiences, because your soul needs to grow and you need to evolve. And in order for your soul to grow and evolve, you have to have certain experiences. But if you know everything beforehand, many of us spiritual women out there that want to know everything, if you know everything beforehand, then you won't do certain things that you need to do. So, this is what I always say, if you know, you won't go. So, then Spirit will not tell you everything. If Spirit would have revealed to me when I was in Kansas City, Missouri, that I was going to come here and I was going to be sitting and working on myself for 3 years by myself, I would not have moved here. I know I wouldn't move here because, first of all, I had just started doing so well with my YouTube channel. I stopped working on a job. I hit my first 6 figures. I mean, I thought I was doing the dang on thing. So if I would have known, if Spirit would have revealed that to me, you're going to move to Atlanta, Georgia. You're going to take 3 years to work on yourself. You're going to be by yourself. You're going to give everything up. You're going to disconnect from your family. No more doing this. No more doing that. Go ahead and go to Atlanta. Baby, I would have been kicking and screaming on that U-Haul. No, I can't get this up, because when I moved here, it's like slowly but surely everything just started dwindling away. The money started running low. know. Everything that I had is just like, what? Okay, what is going on? But I kind of feel like, and it's not even kinda, I know that spirit will put you in a position where you get backed in a corner a little bit where you can't do nothing because it's time for you to focus. And it's like, you can run or you can try to do it your way if you want to, but it's going to be so hard for you to do anything other than what spirit is guiding you to do. That's how you know that you have a special purpose. That's how you know that spirit is not playing with you. And let me tell you that you have some guys in the spirit realm. Not only are they watching over you to protect you, but they're watching you to make sure that you don't mess this up. People always talk about, oh, my folk don't play about me. My guys, they don't play about me on the other side. Well, they don't play with you either. Because let me tell you, the only thing that's going to get done is the will of spirit, the most high God, creator, source, the force. And whatever the spirit say is going to be, that's what it's going to be. So whatever it is that you were created to do, that's what you're going to do. Even though you have your little free will, you can have your free will all you want to. But when spirit calls you and say, okay, it's time for you to get it together and clean your act up, you better know that it's showtime. And it is showtime because look at the world we live in. Look at the world we live in. Not to say that it's bad because the world is perfect. Okay. That's one thing I want to let you know. The world is perfect. This earth is beautiful. It's perfect. It's just the things that are happening inside of this earth. That is the issue. And there's a great cleansing that is happening right now. Right now. It's happening right now. And we all feel it and we all know it. But I don't think that many people understand what is about to happen. Okay. It's showtime. And those of us that are being guided to get our acts together, we're going to help a lot of people through this time because there are a lot of people who are not going to make it. There are a lot of people who are going to be going through a lot. And there has to be help here in the physical. Just like we have guides in the spirit, we also have support and guides here in the physical. So if you're hearing my voice, you are one of those guides. All right. You have a great purpose. And it's not just about you making money and getting a car and getting a house and having the things that you want. And that's the reason why a lot of times spirit will take the money from you. Spirit will take the things from us that we love so much because spirit wants us to understand that our value is not going to come from the money. The people who are successful in this world, they are seen as successful because of their money. They even feel like they're successful because they start having money. Their confidence comes from the things in this dimension. Our confidence does not come from that. And before we get into our purpose and before Spirit lays that whole blueprint out for you to see the whole picture, you will know that for sure. There's a lot of people who will say with their mouth, oh, I know I put God first. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. No. I'm talking about the elect. You know, because Spirit is going to make sure that you go through the initiation to know. Money coming up will not even come out of your mouth as something that you brag about. It won't even come up because you will feel the Spirit with you that is like, what did you say? What did you say? Are you bragging about money? Okay, we need to give you a few more lessons because you haven't learned yet. You'll go through so much when it comes to finances and things like that. You will know for sure. And on top of all of that, Spirit will just show you that money is not necessary in order for Spirit to move. Spirit will show you. Spirit can make things happen and the money does not even have to be involved. That's how Spirit works. Spirits let you know that even if you don't have $1 in your pocket, I can still make it happen. Spirit will start to show you that. You know how in the Bible talks about all these miracles that Yahshua used to do? Or all these miracles and things that Spirit used to do for Moses and showing the people? That's what you're going to be doing. That's what Spirit is going to show you. If you believe it, if Spirit can ever get you out of the way and get you out of your mind so that you can see what Spirit can really do in your life if you allow and if you trust and you believe. But many of us have to be put in a position to where we don't have anything else other than our belief. That's all that we have. So That's exactly why we get put in those positions to where there's nothing more for us to do other than believe. And that's what happens. And when you're put in the position to where all you have is your belief, it gets very frustrating. It gets very frustrating. You start to feel like you don't really know what's going on. You're just tired. You're ready to go back. But I'm here to tell you that the last thing you want to do is get angry. Because once you get angry, that lowers your vibration. And when your vibration lowers, then you can be attacked. And that is the truth. So things will get worse, or something will happen to you when you could have just stayed in gratitude and kept your vibration high. And that way, you wouldn't be dealing with certain things. So I'm your favorite cousin. I'm just going to tell you the truth. It's not going to be easy, but trust me, if this was an easy path, everybody would be on it. This is a narrow path, and there are a few people that are on this path, but there are other people that are going through these experiences. You're not alone, okay? There's not many people, but there are people who are actually doing this work and that are called and that are chosen or elect. That's what I like to say, because we are the elect. We were created to do what we are here to do because we are going to be the ones to construct the new world. So, although we have the destructive forces, we also have the constructive forces, which is what we are, like the angels. The angels are doing the good work in the spiritual realm. But we also have those negative forces that are doing the destruction, but the paths never cross, okay? Dark and light, they never exist in the same place. Light has to dim down into the darkness in order for the darkness to be able to get the light or overcome the light. But as long as the light is on or in a high frequency, then the dark cannot get to the light. So that's why it's so important for us to find ways to keep our frequency high. And the best way to keep your frequency high, especially when you're irritated, agitated, frustrated, something going wrong, everything going wrong, you feel like you tired, you feel like you this and that, the best thing for you to do is rest. Spirit is going to always guide you to rest. This world will say work, work, more work. Spirit will say rest, rest, more rest. And it seems like that's the last thing you should be doing, especially when you came here to do something, especially when you know that you have a great purpose. You should be doing something. You should have the money. You should have the resources. You should have the support. You should have all these things. No, 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 no. You have what you need when you need it. If you don't have it, then you don't need it. And we are learning how to live with less because this world is going to change to the point to where we're not going to have so much here in America. Americans are so used to having so much. And I know that, it seems normal for us, but it is really abnormal for us to live the way we do. We live like we are freaking rich in this country. Because when you go to other countries or, just looking at how they live, you can tell that they don't live the same lifestyle that we do. Most people in the world, they don't. But we are so conditioned to get whatever we want. We eat whatever we want. We go wherever we want. We drive whenever we want. If we wanted to eat meat 50 times a day, if we could afford it, we can have it. And that is going to end. That lifestyle for us is going to end as it should. So we're learning how to live with less. So if spirit is guiding you down a path and you feel like, well, I don't have as much as I used to have. Why is this? It's because you are being prepared. So when other people are going into shock because they don't have all the things that they used to have, it will be already normal for you because you've already been living a minimalistic lifestyle anyway. So it's not a big deal for you. All right. So that's just what it is. Spirit is preparing you. If you're being guided to stop eating meat and doing things like that, that's only because you are being prepared for the time when we won't have meat. We all know that this time is going to come. So when we don't have the ability to eat meat every single day and get food all day long, well, you've already been fasting. You already know what it's like not to eat for 3 days. You already know what it's like to eat one meal a day. You're already living that life. So it's not a big deal for you. Spirit will prepare us because we are here to do something great. So we can't be losing our mind with the rest of the world. So if you're losing your mind right now, you're feeling frustrated and agitated, good. It's better for you to go through it now while you still have the option to do what you want to do than for you to be losing your mind and we're in the midst of a crisis. So, just know that it's all for your good. Everything is working for your good, and it doesn't always seem like that on the path. But if you think about our creator as a parent, then you have to know that the parent always does what's best for the child. And a good parent, a true parent, is not going to give a child everything that they want. A true parent is going to make a child work for things, earn things, deserve things before you get the things that you want. And that's just how it is. And by the time you level up on your spiritual journey, let me tell you, the things you want is going to be exactly what spirit wants for you. You're not going to be thinking about no brand new car, no brand new house, and all this other type of stuff. You're going to be thinking about your purpose, and everything that you want is going to be in alignment with your purpose. Everything. I guarantee you. If you're still at that point where you're wanting things, it's okay. That's a part of the journey. And some of those things will be given to you. And you'll have those things. But when those things are no longer in your life, just understand that there will come a time when you won't have all that anymore. All right? Because it's time for you to focus in on what really matters, your purpose and what you came here to do, not having every single thing that you want. So here's just a little guidance. The first thing I want you to know is whenever you're feeling frustrated, irritated, or agitated, slow down. Yeah, I know I'm gonna always tell you this. The feminine energy is here. This is the year of the nine feminine. Everybody has to learn to slow down. It's like Mama Universe came through and said, listen, check yourself, break yourself. Slow down. All right. I need y'all to get into alignment. And that's how Mother works. Mother Universe is not spinning fast, moving fast. Mother moves every day, but Mother moves slowly and gradually. And we have to learn how to get into this energy if we want to be successful, if we want to make it. Because I don't want you losing your mind. I don't want you going cray cray. And that is very possible on this path because I'm telling you, when you feel like you're upset and you're frustrated and you start to lower your frequency, you get the cussing, you get the screaming, you get the fighting on the spiritual path, baby, I'm telling you, them boys gonna come for you. They are gonna come for you. And if you think you mad now, you gonna be real mad. Not only you gonna be real mad, you gonna be jacked up when they get done with you because that's what they're supposed to do. And it's not like you have an enemy. They just are doing what they're supposed to do because you're supposed to be keeping your frequency high. So you have to have that opposition in order for you to learn. This is how we learn. So I don't like to look at us having enemies and, all these dark forces, enemies and things like that because they do help us. They do. They teach us kind of like the coach teaches us by yelling at us and calling us names and, treating us like trash. I always say, you have guys on the other side. Some of them are like that sweet kindergarten teacher that smells like perfume, giving you animal crackers, that gives you all of these little snacks and treats and all these smiles and hugs. And then you have those guys that are on this other side that are like your coach that will tell you that you need to get in line, you little stupid idiot. you know? Is what it is, all right? But we do have guidance and we do have support from the other side. This is the reason why we only give gratitude for what is, not for the good, In religion, I was raised to give thanks to God because of God's goodness, God's goodness, God's grace, God's mercy. But on the spiritual path, we learn to give thanks and gratitude for all that is because we understand the Creator in a way that a lot of people don't. We understand that in every trial or every adversity, there's an opportunity for us to grow. There's an opportunity for us to heal. There's an opportunity for evolution. And it's the same thing that's happening in this world. So as within, so without. And when you look at the world and what's going on outside, you will also see how this world is going through the same thing that you're going through or have been through on your spiritual path. And you'll be able to see that the same way the Spirit brought you through or is bringing you through is the same way Spirit is going to bring us all through in the end. So there's nothing to worry about. Slow down, take your time, allow yourself to process your feelings. That's the most important part on the spiritual path. You want to be able to process how you feel, process your thoughts, ask yourself questions, get you a journal that is your cheapest therapist. Write down how you feel, write down what you did, write down, just write, because Spirit will guide you and you will receive so much clarity when you write. I know there was a time when I didn't have the ability to write because my mind was always racing all the time. So I couldn't really sit down and meditate or process things because I was always on this vibration where it was always shaky. I was always shaky and thinking and, moving around all the time. So I couldn't really sit still. And if I'm not careful, if I'm on social media too much, I still can get like that now. So I have to check myself now. But when you are sitting and journaling and processing your thoughts and your feelings and getting the clarity that you need from Spirit, then life just becomes so much better. It's like no matter what you go through in your life, you know that you're going to make it through. You have clarity, you have focus. You never have that feeling of being lost. You have that feeling of being lost at certain points on the path where I was telling you where you don't know what's going on. But then there are times when you may not know everything that's going on, but you know enough. You know enough to keep going. So just keep going and just slow down as much as you can. If you have to work on a job, then you're working on a job for now. But when it's time, when Spirit calls you, Spirit will call you away from that job. It's just how it goes. You will be called away from your job. You will be called to let go of your business. All the things that you have planned, your plans will be null and void. Just letting you know. That's how it goes. When Spirit calls you and wants your undivided attention, that is what will happen. You may not be there or you may be there now. But if Spirit has separated you from people, places, things in your will, then that is because the will of the Spirit is about to be done through you. We have to remember that there's nothing that we do when we connect to Spirit and we decide to get on this path because we chose, okay? When we decide to get on this path, it's no longer our will being done and us making plans, but we are allowing our higher self, which is our connection to our Creator, to live through us. It is the will of the Spirit that is living through us, and we just allow it to flow. And that's what we have to learn. We have to learn how to live in the flow. And it's very challenging because the human ego is a beast, all right? The only beast that we are fighting is the one inside. And when you learn how to conquer that beast inside of you, then you don't have much opposition on the outside because as within, so without. And it's not a fight. It is not a battle. If you try to battle, if you try to fight, you will be defeated, period. Letting you know. Because those forces are meant to destroy. And there is a part of you that is destructive and it will destroy you. So you have to learn how to deal and heal and manage this aspect of you that is destructive. All right. Because when you get frustrated and you get angry, then you automatically get destructive. So we learn how to manage our feelings and we tell ourselves how we're going to feel instead of allowing our feelings in that part of us to destroy us or to destroy someone else or to cause us to feel terrible on this path. We choose how we're going to feel, but you only can do that through a lot of practice, a lot of stillness, and a lot of meditation and prayer. Pray and ask for what you need. If you need assistance with this, then you ask for guidance. And when Spirit starts to guide you and tell you what to do and tell you how to respond from within, then you listen to that guidance. If you're hearing Spirit tell you from within, don't respond with that tone. Don't say these things. You hear Spirit correcting you, you listen to it. And the more you listen to it, then you become one with Spirit. And eventually, that is the goal for us all, is to be one with Spirit, to where Spirit is guiding us, living through us. And it's not so much of us doing what we want to do, but we're listening to that guidance from Spirit within. So, the next thing I want you to know is that it is a good idea for you to find a way to redirect your focus. So, anytime you're feeling upset, irritated, agitated, frustrated, anything like that, My number one line is I need to lay down. All right. So first I'm always say I need to lay down. I need to rest. And once I rest or lay down, then normally I feel better, especially if it's late or if it's nighttime. If I go to sleep and wake up, I'm good. Okay. Because sometimes you just need to go into the spirit realm and reset. All right. We come here to do our work. We go back home to the spirit realm to get our rest, to get guidance. So when we go to sleep at night in the spirit realm, and a lot of you don't know that, but that's the truth. You're not only working in the physical, you're also working in the spiritual. And when you go to sleep, then that gives you the opportunity to go into the spiritual realm and get that connection to spirit and get with your folk over there. And you come back rested and ready to go. So go to sleep. And then also, there's a lot the spirit does in our body, literally changing our body, transforming our body when we're asleep. There's a lot that has to take place because we are going through a literal transformation, and rest is so important. When we are asleep, then our body is down. We're not up moving around. We're not thinking. We're not processing. We're not doing anything. We're asleep. We're resting. And when we sleep and we rest, then spirit is doing things within us that actually is changing us. I mean, every aspect of us on a cellular level, your mind, your body, everything is changing within you. That's why many of you are going through this transformation. You're going to start looking different. You're going to start feeling different. You're going to start thinking different. All these things are happening, but spirit is doing that within you. You're just allowing it to happen. And that is our work. Our work is learning how to get into the surrender and get into the flow. And I know people think that that's not work, but it really is a lot of work. So that's the reason why Spirit will guide us to be by ourselves and isolate so that we can really focus on learning how to submit because it is very challenging. It is very challenging. People will not understand what you're doing for money. How are you taking care of yourself? What are you doing? You mean all day long, all you do is work on yourself? Yeah, that's my job. And that is our job. Take care of ourselves and take care of others. That's it. And not taking care of everybody. We're not taking care of everybody. Spirit will tell you, don't touch that. Don't touch them. Leave them. All right? Leave them because we're not here to save anybody. We're here to save ourselves. We're here to show other people. We're here to be the light and let people see that light. But a lot of times we feel like we need to save other people. We're not here to save anybody. And when you're already going through a lot mentally on this path, trust me, you will not even have the desire to help other people that are trying to bring you down or that want to continue to stay the same and all that. You won't even have the time to even deal with that. So, if you're questioning, should you be helping other people? There is a certain point on the path when no, you should not. That's why for 3 years, I wasn't helping anybody. I had to help myself. I was overweight. My mind wasn't right. I had to work on myself. And I was too busy trying to help other people. And I wasn't even in the position that I wanted to be in mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. I was not attentive to myself. And that's just how we start off. A lot of times we start off like that. We're trying to help other people when we haven't even helped ourselves. So then, we become overwhelmed with helping other people because we have not saved ourselves. So this is the reason why Spirit will also guide us to this ascension path where it's like, focus on yourself. Get yourself in alignment so spirit can flow through you because you're not using your own power. You're not using your own strength. You're not using your mind. You're not using anything that you have. When you're connected to spirit, spirit is flowing through you. The energy flows through you, to you, and through you. So it's not like you're using your energy. Before, when I used to help people, I was using my energy and I was always exhausted. As you grow and you evolve, you're not using your energy and you'll be guided to work less, honestly. So, you know what I told you about the 2 hour workday? You'll be on a 2 hour workday. You'll be guided to work maybe 2 hours a day. And some days you may not work at all. You may not work for several days in a row. And people will say, in the world, of course, you need to work more. You need to work more. If you're not working, you're not eating. No, 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 no. Spirit is working. Okay. Spirit is working 24/7, and spirit will guide you, show you how to set things up so you will not be working hard because you will have a business, but it won't be your business. It is your life purpose work, but it won't be set up like you're doing all of the work. Spirit will guide you and show you how to set things up Spirit will tell you if you're taking clients, how many clients to take. Spirit will guide you and tell you what to do, how much you can handle, and you do just that much, and that's enough. That's it. There's no posting 3, 4, 5 times a day and going on all these tours and doing all no. You don't have to do all that. Not when you're spiritually connected. You don't. You really truly don't. You don't. Because you serve who you're supposed to serve and that's it. If you're supposed to serve a massive amount of people, then there will be a way for you to do that and it will feel easy. The road with spirit is going to lead you to a path of peace and ease and clarity. Now, is it bumpy on the road? Yes, it's bumpy on the road getting there. But once you get there, then you are going to be in that flow of peace and everything in your life should flow. And you will know that if it's not a flow, then it's a no-go. Okay? Is those bars? I think so. I think so. All right. Last thing I wanted to tell you was that on the path, it is a very, very good idea. I can't tell you what to do, but it is a good idea for you not to get upset. When you get upset on the spiritual path, I already told you that lowers your vibration. The best thing you can do is to stay in gratitude. That is the cheat code to raise your vibration. Always find something to be thankful for. And spirit will start to do this within you anyway. You'll start to find thanks in the smallest things. I mean, you'll be looking at floors and just like, oh, I'm so thankful that I'm standing on this floor because I could really be falling through the ground right now. It's just, you'll be thankful for every single thing. I mean, you're thankful for the blade of grass, the smallest blade of grass. You'll just pick up on all this energy around you. Whereas before, when you're working and moving, you're not paying attention to none of this stuff. Most people on jobs don't even pay attention to nothing that's going on in the world at all besides getting in the car, getting out the car, going in the job. Or, if they're a business owner, it's just like getting to the next thing, doing the next thing. And when you're on the spiritual path, spirit slows you down so much and you live in this restful state where you just pay attention to every single detail. So, find a way for you to stay in gratitude. If that's writing down 2 or 3 affirmations to recite to yourself, then you'll want to do that and you'll want to keep your gratitude journal too. If you have one already, then you're already 2 steps ahead of the game because I know my cousins out there, y'all ahead of the game. But if not, keep you a gratitude journal. And with your gratitude journal, you don't really have to like write out the same way that you do with a regular journal. But you go through and you make little bullet points. And every time something happens to you or something that you think about to be grateful for, you just write it down. You just keep writing it down and you make these bullet points and you'll just keep writing out everything that you have to be grateful for. Every day you wake up and you show gratitude. And that is the cheat code for raising your vibration because anger and fear and frustration, all these other lower vibrations, ooh, it's not gonna help you. It's not gonna help you because once you start opening up to spirit, it's like you can't turn back. And I hate to say it like that, like you're in the gang, but you kind of are. you you kind of are. All right, and you can try to go back to do things the way that you used to do them, but you won't be satisfied. And I'll even say this too: a lot of people that are so-called icons or legends in the world. Ooh, shout out to our cousin Latoya with the icons. Yes, icons. I love Latoya. If y'all not listening to Latoya, make sure y'all follow Latoya Cooper at Think Pink Persona. I just love her so much. She's such a sweet, sweet, sweet soul. But I was thinking about her because she always talks about being an icon. But, there are icons and legends and people that left this planet too soon or they didn't get a chance to do what it is that they were supposed to do. But the truth is, and I'm going to tell you the truth. The truth is, they have one foot in with spirit, they have one foot out in the world. And let me tell you, when it's your time, like I just said, when it's your time, when spirit calls you, then you know it's time to shape up. You know that there are certain things you need to stop doing. And you can choose to keep doing whatever you want to. You can allow your ego to say, oh no, I'm going to do it like this, and this is the way it got to be, and this and this and this. But I'm here to tell you, That's the reason why a lot of these icons and legends, they get destroyed, because that's what happens. Either you will destroy yourself or something else will destroy you. Because I just told you, you have a great purpose. And you can't be one foot in with spirit and then another foot doing what everybody else is doing. You got to go all the way in or get all the way out. You got to be hot or cold. Lukewarm ain't gonna cut it. Because you're going to go right back home, baby. You're going to go right back into the spiritual realm because you're no earthly good. You're not doing what you were created to do. You got free will, do whatever you want to do. So since you want to do whatever you want to do, you don't need to be here no more. That's a hard message. And that might be a hard pill to swallow. But I'm just telling you the truth. Get you some water so you can swallow that pill. It is what it is. All right. And you my cousin. So I want to tell you the truth because I don't want you out here like a lot of these people or leaders or whatever. They got one foot in the world's way of doing it. And then they got one foot in spirit saying that they spiritual or whatever. Listen, we going to find out. We going to really find out. We really are. And we always do. And then everybody's like, dang, that's terrible what happened to that spiritual leader or that artist or that, whoever, whatever. There's so many artists. Like I think about Whitney Houston. Oh my goodness, her voice. Oh, if you think about Whitney Houston's voice, Whitney was supposed to keep singing that gospel. Honey, Whitney was supposed to be singing to spirit all day long, every day, all day. But she didn't want to do that. She want to go have fun. She want to go hang with everybody else. And you see what happened. I know this is a hard pill to swallow, like I just told you, but it's the truth. Okay? There are many of our legends. They have so much to offer. They could have went a different direction because we have a path to choose. We can choose whichever route we want to go down. All right? A lot of these men, they feel like they want to be a leader, but they want to keep sleeping with women too. Okay, you're going to keep on sleeping with women, collecting these bodies, building up this karma because you ain't married. And if you are married, some of them are married and they still sleeping with women and men. Okay, they're doing the most. Well, let me tell you something. Your time is going to come and spirit going to split you right up the middle because you got one foot with spirit, you got one foot in the world, and you're going to get split right on up the middle. And the boys going to take you out. That's how it goes. That's just how it goes. And this is going to be the generation where we are going to have some great, massive leaders that are going to come together. But we're all coming together on the same frequency, and that is the frequency of love. But before we get to that frequency of love, we have to love ourselves. We have to love each other, and we have to listen. We have to be coachable. We have to be so connected with spirit that nothing else comes before that voice of spirit that comes from within. That's the only way that this works. That's the only way that's going to work. And this is the generation where that is going to happen. So just like I said, just like we have those destructive forces that are coming out full force, the opposite has to happen. We have to have forces of good that are coming out full force, 110,000%, not because it's their power, but it's the power and the goodness of spirit that is radiating into their life. And let me tell you, one person that is living connected to spirit can change the life of millions. And it's not because of what they're doing, it's what spirit is doing through them. Just like with the angels, one angel can do massive work, just one. It's the same when it comes to us here on this planet. One person spiritually connected can do a lot. And I'm here to tell you that you are one of those people. Now, whichever path you decide, whatever it is that you decide to do, that's on you. Okay. But you do have to know that it is your time. And if you're being guided to make some decisions that you may think are risky or they're hard, that's the only way to go up. You can't go up unless you make a move. Now it's calculated. Spirit will never leave you out there on your own. So of course you want to calculate. And I'm a Capricorn, so I'm always gonna calculate my risk all day long. So if you know you're being guided to do something, then take your time, plan it out. Make it make sense before you do it. Don't just dive in doing things because that's not how spirit works. Spirit is gradual. Remember, I told you that. So take your time and you'll have time to prepare. Spirit will always prepare you. If you're being guided to do something, Spirit will prepare you ahead of time. If you're being guided to move or go do something, you'll know. You'll have the opportunity to prepare. It won't be, you need to do it right now. You need to do it right now. It's not enough time. You need to get this done. Let me say, that is not how spirit moves, okay? Not the goodness of spirit, okay? Because we do have the opposite, which is the negative forces, all right? Because it's all spirit. But the negative forces, that's how they operate. and fire, fast, active, right now. Let's get it done right now. That ain't how it goes. That's not how it goes. Not on this path, okay? And I know you're on the path of greatness and goodness. So I'm just here to support you, ladies, on your path. And men, if you're out there listening, I'm here to support you too. You all are welcome. I am here to assist you all. And anything that I can do to help you, you already know I'm right here to support you. Ladies, I'm going to always offer you to join us in spiritual alignment class. Those of you that need to reset, those of you that are ready to begin your healing journey, or if you're already on your healing journey and you are looking for support, join us in spiritual alignment class. It's a 4-week commitment to yourself where you will learn how to connect to the spirit within, because that's the only thing that's going to be able to help you moving forward. There is nothing and nobody else that's going to be able to support you, because we're not always going to have access to each other. So the best thing you can do is get connected to spirit within and do what it is that you came here to do. That way you know that you will be safe, you'll be protected, you'll have everything that you need, and you're not alone. You have support in the spirit, you also have support in the physical. All right? Okay, cousin. If I sound a little, I don't know, melancholy. If I sound a little melancholy, it's because I am. I am. It has been a day for me, but I have made it through. And normally I would have had this recorded earlier today. I did not get the opportunity to record this earlier. I had to, do some things, and it threw me off track, and other things started coming up. And we're all going through these obstacles, and I am no different. I am going through these obstacles too, and trust me when I tell you, it's always an opportunity to grow, and I'm learning and growing just like you are learning and growing, and I am too. That never changes. So now that I have recorded this, I am going to relax for the rest of the night. And the beautiful part about it is I'm so thankful and so grateful. Look, here I am going into gratitude. Go on, spirit. Okay. See, I've been working on it for a while. Because no matter what I go through, I am so thankful and grateful that I can honestly choose how I want to spend my night. If I want to do this tomorrow, then I do it. If I don't want to do that tomorrow, then I don't do it. I have the freedom to choose, and I don't feel weighed down by having to perform. I don't feel weighed down by having to do anything other than what I want to do. And Spirit will guide me to do whatever it is that I need to do. And I love this life for me, and I want this life for you, everybody who is out there listening, because this is the life that we're supposed to live. Yes, we're supposed to produce. Yes, we're supposed to work. Yes, we're supposed to come here and do our life purpose work, but not at the expense of ourselves, not at the expense of our mental health, not at the expense of our happiness and our joy and our peace. We still can have peace and calmness. And I believe that that is what carries us through this journey, is knowing that, you know what? We still have peace. We still have the opportunity to choose to just relax. And a lot of people don't have that opportunity. They have to get up. And I can remember when I used to live that life, I had to get up and get it every day. And to not have to live that lifestyle, it's a different dimension. It really, truly is. And I'm here to help every single woman that is ready to get on this path and get on her Zoom. Yeah. Get on your Zoom, cousin. Get on your Zoom so you can get up in the spiritual realm, so that you don't have to work so hard, because it's hard working in the 3D, baby, because I did it for a long time. And I'm so thankful and grateful that I'm back and that I'm here, and that even though I am going through challenges and things, I am still at this place where, I have a peaceful life, and I'm thankful for it. I am thankful for it. Even with opposition, even with whatever, I am thankful for peace. And I know that that is the spirit of peace. That is the spirit of our Creator that is with me. So I pray that for you and everybody that's connected to you. And I pray for you every day, every single day, because I know how difficult this journey is. So I'm praying for all life every single day, but especially for those of you that are out there on this ascension path, because we need each other at this time. As you choose to heal, you're not only healing yourself, but you're also healing this world, and we are doing work for humanity. Look at all the people that are raising their vibration, and everybody's talking about healing and inner child work and frequencies and all, all these things that people are talking about. It's because of people like us that are actually doing the work. We're pulling the collective forward, believe it or not. We really are. And it's a beautiful movement, and I'm glad to be a part of it. But it's not easy. It's not easy. But I don't think anybody who has been a leader or icon or anybody legendary would say that their job was easy or what they did was easy. But they made impact. And that's what it's about. It's about leaving your mark and then going back home. And that's what we're here to do, walk each other home. All right, cousin, I love y'all so much. If you need any further assistance, you can download the free guide to get started. If you have any blockages, you need any assistance with mental clarity or stress relief, download the free guide. If you're ready to move forward, join us in spiritual alignment class and I'll help you from there. I love you so much and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.